Welcome to another live streaming class. If this is your first time to watch a class, let me explain how it works. Today our topic is an intro to the English language. If you have a question during the class, write your question in the comments section and I'll answer it at the end of the class. I also have a few questions for you to practice what we've learned today, and you can write your answers at in the comments section as well. Okay, so why did I choose this topic, Intro to the English Language? What do I mean by intro or introduction? What we're going to talk about today is a little bit of the history of the English language. I think it's important when you're learning any language, including your native language, to know the history behind it. Where do the words come from? How has the language evolved? So we're going to look at that today in our lesson. Okay, let's start with the very first words in English. Okay, the first words were borrowed from the Celts in 500 BC. These are words like basket, clock, car, and the names of places like London, the River Avon, and Cornwall. Next, we borrowed words from the Romans from 55 BC to 436 AD. These are words like wine, cheese, butter, and cat. Okay, when we talk about the English language, it's important to mention three key periods. Okay, the first one is Old English. This is between the year 450 and 1100 AD. Okay, so when was the English language actually created? It started in the 5th century and was known as Old English. It was started by the Anglo-Saxons, who are three Germanic tribes: the Saxons, the Angles, and the Jutes. They came to settle in the British Isles from Germany and Denmark, and they developed a language to be able to communicate with one another. So this is known as Old English or the Anglo-Saxon language. Okay, the word English comes from the Angles. So their land of origin is called Ingle, so that's where we get the word English. Okay? Later on, in the 9th century, the Vikings invaded the country and left the people there with some of their words from their native language, which is Norse. These are words like sky, egg, cake, skin, window, get, give, take, they, their, and them. These words come from the Norse language. Okay, now let's move on to the second important period of time, Middle English. This is from 1100 to 1500 AD. At this point in time, French actually became the official spoken language in England. Why? Because William the Conqueror, the Duke of Normandy, became king and introduced the old-style French in the UK. So this is known as the Middle English period, and during this period, French was in and English was out. So English was no longer spoken at this point in time. Okay, so when did the English language become popular again? In the 13th century. The English language made a comeback, but it kept some of the words from the French language, such as peasant, banquet, beauty, parliament, and castle. These words come from the Old French language. Okay, now moving on into the third period, modern day English. This is from the year 1500 all the way to the present. Okay, the very first printing press was developed by William Caxton in Westminster Abbey. This was in the year 1476, and this is important because it set a fixed spelling and grammar for the English language. And as a result, the first English dictionary was published in the year 1604. Okay? Following the printing press, we have the Shakespeare era. I'm sure many of you are familiar with Shakespeare. So this happened between 1564 and 1616, Shakespeare actually invented over 1,700 words in the English language. That's a lot of words. Some of the words are accommodation, fashionable, lonely, majestic, and suspicious. These words come from Shakespeare. Okay, following the Shakespeare era is the Industrial Revolution. This took place starting in the 18th century and had a strong impact on the English language because new words were developed to describe the technology that was available at that time. So these technical words are train, engine, electricity, telephone, and camera. Okay, after the Industrial Revolution, or along the same time, the British Empire ruled during 200 years and continued to change as the British Empire moved across the world. So they conquered places like the United States, Australia, New Zealand, India, Asia, and Africa. So we have many words that come from the language of origin of these lands. Like Australia, for example, we get the words kangaroo and boomerang from Aboriginal Australian. Okay? From India, we get the words juggle, juggernaut, and shampoo. And from Africa, we have the words zebra, safari, and jazz. Okay, so what about English today, nowadays? How has English changed and how is it continuing to change? Okay, did you know that English has the largest vocabulary of any language in the world? Over 500 new words are added every 3 months to the Oxford Dictionary, so this is a lot of new vocabulary. Let's look at an example of some of these most recent vocabulary words. Okay, the word to skitch. This refers to holding on to the back of a moving vehicle while you are on a wheeled vehicle device like a skateboard. Okay, have you heard this word before? Let's look at another example. Showrooming. This is the practice of visiting a shop to examine an item and then buy it online. Okay, so buying it online at a lower price after you've seen it in the store. Have you ever done this before? Showrooming? All right. Now let's practice together with what we've just learned in the lesson. I'm going to ask you 3 questions and you can write your answers in the comment section. Okay? Question number 1. What English words or expressions do you regularly use in your own language? Okay? I think there are a lot of different languages spoken in this live streaming, so I want to know in your native language, what words do you use that actually come from English? Tell me in the comments. Okay, my second question, British and American English are both types of English. Can you name any others? We mentioned a few in the lesson, so which ones do you remember? Write them down in the comments. Okay, and finally, think of 4 new English words that you have learned this week or recently. If you're studying English, tell me 4 new vocabulary words that you've learned recently. All right, as you are writing your answers, let me tell you about our course here at ABBA. At ABBA, we have a complete premium course as well as a free course. The course is made up of 144 units from beginners to business level. Each unit features a short film, a video class, and exercises to help you improve your English. So if you are a free student, that means you have access to all of the video classes and the first unit of each level. If you are a premium student, then you'll have access to all of the course content. So if you haven't checked out our course yet, I invite you to do so by clicking on the link that we're posting now in the comments and get to know our course here at ABBA and sign up if you want. Join 15 million other students studying English with ABBA. All right? You can study from your PC, from your tablet, or from your cell phone. So it's a very flexible way to study anywhere and anytime. Okay? Let me remind you as well at ABBA, in addition to our course and our Facebook page, which you're using right now, we also have a blog with articles about culture and grammar. We have a Twitter page, we have a YouTube channel, and we have a SoundCloud page with podcasts that you can listen to. So lots and lots of resources for you to practice your English with us at ABBA. All right, now I'm going to see who's joining us. Where are you from, and what questions or comments do you have about the English language? All right. Okay. Heyman from Myanmar, thanks for joining. Okay, Chinita from Ecuador, Sunil from Nepal, okay. All right, we have people watching from Vietnam. Okay, Nazrul, my native language is Bengali, okay, good. Nuvas, my native language is Nepali, okay. Vicky, my native language is Chinese. Okay, Araxa is joining us from Cancun. Nestor from Uruguay. Rof, Lacto, sorry, from Cameroon, and his native language is French. Okay, Mohammed in Somalia. Kamheng in Thailand. Abjit, Karo, and Wasai speaks Urdu. Okay, Ahmadullah from Afghanistan. All right, so a lot of different people who speak different languages are joining us today, so that's great. Thanks to everyone for joining. All right. Okay. Let me, as you are writing in the comments, let me tell you about our next class. So next week, we're going back to grammar. We're going to talk about English tenses in the past. So we'll do a review of all of the English past tenses with some examples. So please join us if that topic is interesting for you. You can check our calendar for the month of June. You can find that on our Facebook page. So check at the top of the page. You can find the date and the time and the topic for every week, so you won't miss a class. Another way to get reminders about the classes is to change your Facebook settings to get notifications anytime we are live streaming. So you'll receive a message when we're about to go live. Okay, let's see who else is joining us. All right, Chetan from India, Elizabeth. All right, Gregory from Haiti. Migmar, say hello. Where are you now live? Okay, we're broadcasting from Barcelona, Spain. Where are you? Okay. Hazanov asked a question about the past tense, so you can check that out. Next week, we will answer all of your questions about the past tense. All right. Okay, let me remind you as well that all of our previous classes, as well as this class when the live streaming is over, can be found in the video section of our Facebook page. So if this is your first time to join us, you can see all of the other classes that we've done, all of the different topics. You can watch them, you can pause, take notes, you can share them with your friends, tag someone you think might want to watch them, share them on your Facebook page. So make sure you do that if you're just starting to watch the live streaming classes. You have a lot to catch up on. Okay, let's see. All right, Kandel from Nepal, thanks for joining. Mubashir from Pakistan. Okay. Abdullah from Pakistan as well. Jamal and Eddie from Kosovo. All right. Great. Okay, Ina from Vancouver, thanks for joining. Tassin says, don't ignore me. Did you ask a question, Tassin? Let me see. All right. Okay, well, if there are no more questions, then I will finish the class, but I encourage you to keep writing your answers in the comments. If you think of something or an example, words in English that you use in your language and you want to share that in the comments, you can. I'll get back to you later on today, so please feel free to keep doing that. I hope that you can join us next week for our class on English tenses in the past, and I hope that you have a great rest of your day. Take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye!